iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Founded in early 2020 by owner Kyle Souza, Souza Media has grown quickly over the past 4 years, now representing multiple champions across different series, from the local short tracks of New England to the high banks of Daytona Beach, Florida. Social media is an important way to draw in new audiences and increase reach, and with a new snappy, user-friendly website, Souza Media can boost your audience by using eye-catching graphics to gain recognition for your brand. Contact Souza Media today using our Facebook page or by email at kylesouzamedia@gmail.com to put your brand in victory lane.
Welcome in here tonight, race fans, to the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Here tonight for the Souza Media 900 for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series for Red Light Racing. It is playoff racing. It's been a while since we've been on the air here, but what do you say we take a look back at our playoff grid here? Round number one, race number one at the Atlanta Motor Speedway went to Sean Butler with Max Terriot picking up the win. And now it's here on to the second round of the playoffs. The drivers that made it to the second round of the playoffs, how about DJ Anderson, Sean Butler, Chris Hammett, Jeffrey Souza, Joe Strano, and Max Terriot, along with one other driver, that is Ethan Troutman. Those are the drivers that are still in. Oh, I missed one. Jason Wells, can't forget about the alien out there. Jason Wells is also into the playoffs here tonight as we start here at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Tonight's race is brought to us by our friends at Souza Media. Souza Media representing over 20 brands and race teams from the New England to the beaches of Florida. Souza Media will promote your business on all social media platforms. Souza Media provides websites, Facebook pages, along with marketing proposals, boosting your overall audience. Reach out today by emailing kylesouzamedia@gmail.com or messaging Souza Media on Facebook today. Get a part of the family. Souza Media here tonight, bringing us the live racing feed here from New Hampshire. But it is time, as I see him down there grinning. So what do you say we get to our Silveratus legal starting lineup? Silveratus bringing us tonight's starting lineup here, and it looks like this. The storm from the north blowing in here tonight. It is going to be the number 42 of Max Terriot. This outside car number 6 would be Chris Hammett, along with the Souza Media number 4 of Jeffrey Souza will start third. Fourth will be the driver of the number 51 here tonight. That'll be DJ Anderson, along with Ethan Troutman back in fifth. Sixth will be Sean Butler tonight with Richard Murdoch in car 01 in seventh. Jason Wells, the alien, we talked about him. He is in the playoffs. He'll start eighth. Ninth here tonight will be the number 23 of Joe Strano. How about the Beefy Motorsports? Hot off a podium finish on Thursday night. That'll be Brandon Feeney starting 10th. 11th will be the Celebratus Legal number 15 of Peyton Johnson, with Joshua Buckley starting back there into the 12th position. 13th here tonight will be Ryan Aldani with Josiah Millen right alongside in car number 55. He'll start 13th and 14th on the grid. Bob Higgins back there into the 15th starting spot here tonight. And shotgun to the field will be Tony Strano. That's your 16-car field here tonight. Celebratus Legal bringing us that starting lineup here tonight for the Souza Media 90. 90 laps the distance here at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. As this time, on turn number 4, we will drop the green flag. The front two right there, Terriot and Hammett, as they come down the front straightaway. It is the green flag up here tonight. These drivers will race it to turn number 1. Good start by Max Terriot onto the inside there. He'll lead them off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. There you see it as they all spread out. The battle back here between the number 88. That is Sean Butler to the outside. The stand analyzer, Souza Media, number 4 of Jeffrey Souza down to the bottom side of car number 4. He's going to see the inside and the outside lane work here tonight at New Hampshire. Lap number 1, though, of the Souza Media 90 will go to the number 42 of Max Terriot. So Terriot holds the top spot here on lap number 1. So it's Terriot, Hammett, DJ Anderson. Then you got to go to Richard Murdoch. Where is old Richard Murdoch? There he is. The Adventure in Pixels claws up entry. There, one of Murdoch picked up a spot early on here. He got around that number 62 of Ethan Troutman. Troutman started to the outside lane, and that car didn't just not fire off. Joe Strano back here doing a side-by-side dance. The Road Rage Accessories, number 23 of Joe Strano to his outside. That is Brandon Feeney. There you see Feeney working the outside very closely, followed by the number 13 of Joshua Buckley. Buckley trying to get that chrome blue and silver number 13 MA headed forward. It's one of the tracks that Joshua Buckley looks forward to every year coming to. Call it a home track for him here on Monday night. Quite a few drivers here on Monday night calling New Hampshire Motor Speedway their home track, and they like to put on some good performances here. Peyton Johnson also stuck there in this battle. There's the number 15. Celebratus Legal. Entry there for Peyton Johnson. Brand new colors on that number 15. Hot Rod looking good out there. One of the best dressed, we'll call him the best dressed employee at Celebratus Legal. Max Terriot still continuing to lead the way. He leads the first 5 laps from the pole here tonight. One of those playoff drivers. So is Hammett, Anderson, Butler, Souza. Your top 5 all playoff drivers here early on in this one. Still continuing to watch this battle down the back straightaway. That's Celebratus Legal trying to get around the Road Rage Accessories 43. So Johnson looks like now he'll have the opportunity to slide up in front of the number 23 of Joe Strano. And that is exactly what he will do out of turn number 4. Peyton Johnson now up 3 spots here tonight. He's picked up the most spots so far. So with that being said, everybody pretty much already finding a home, except for these two, Joshua Buckley and Josiah Millen. Millen down to the bottom side here. Josiah taking a little bit of time out here today to run at New Hampshire. He was watching the Chili Bowl Nationals down there in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I had the pleasure of joining Josiah Millen a couple years ago, actually 2020, before COVID hit. That's right, before COVID, 2020. It's funny how we utilize things in timelines now, before COVID and after COVID, or during COVID. Millen and myself, along with a couple others, ended up down there in Tulsa, Oklahoma to watch the Chili Bowl. We got to watch Kyle Larson win his first Golden Driller. Millen was watching the chili bowl, though, before jumping into the server here. He was also watching the national championship game. He was utilizing most of his screens on his computer. And then he had to switch over here, get into race mode. He's back there running into 14th. That's right where he had started here tonight. There's Ryan O'Donnell, the Turbo Dork Radical Paints, number 98. They all pink. Oh, milling into the outside wall. He must have took a look up to see if Michigan was still winning that game. And now he is losing that game as he just slapped it up against the outside wall. That's going to hurt that number 55 here tonight. Damage on that 55. Take a look here at the leaders, though, as we're going to be completing lap number 10 this time by. There is the Storm from the north. Max Terriot is leading here tonight with Chris Hammond, DJ Anderson, Sean Butler, and Jeffrey Souza still continuing to be inside the top 5 drivers. Peyton Johnson picked up another one. He got around the number 62 of Ethan Troutman, and now he's going after old Richard Murdoch. Murdoch, his off time of the sim, well, fishing. He is trying to be right like his pal of James Skelton, who I noticed is not here tonight. Skelton not in attendance here at New Hampshire. James was eliminated from the playoffs, and he's not here tonight. Murdoch, of course, is also eliminated from the playoffs, but he's here tonight. He's going to keep on trying to click off top 10s, top 5s, possibly park the Adventure in Pixel 01 into Victory Lane. It's been a while since Richard Murdoch has gone to Victory Lane. This season so far, Murdoch has picked up 4 top 10s. He has not picked up a top 5. He's only led 12 laps this season, one of his lowest in his career with the series. Last time Richard Murdoch has gone to Victory Lane was in season number 11. It was at the Phoenix Raceway. That's right, the 1987 car. Remember that race very fondly. He led 26 laps. Was a barn burner that night there at Phoenix. Before that, he won at Chicagoland back in 2020. That was October 5th of 2020. That season, he had picked up a couple of them because in January 13th of 2020, he also picked up the win at Bristol. Murdoch is a 6-time winner here on Monday nights. You saw Peyton Johnson, though, get around Richard Murdoch. Well, he's already got around now Jeffrey Souza, so put him into the top 5, as there you see the number 51. That is DJ Anderson. Johnson trying to continue his climb. It's already been up 6 spots here. Murdoch having some connection issues, I believe, with our server. He's in and out, and he's back now, so the transponder registering Murdoch still back into the 7th position. Completed lap number 14 here tonight in the Souza Media 90 from the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. You're watching the fastest car out there on the speedway, and that is car number 15, Peyton Johnson. Hasn't let the fastest lap time of the evening. That has gone to the number 42 of Max Terriot. But the last couple of laps, it's been Peyton Johnson as one of the fastest cars on the raceway. He's actually the 2nd fastest car to your race leader with Max Terriot. Take a look here at the line. Last time by, yes, 2nd fastest once again to Max Terriot. Terriot with a 31.25. Peyton Johnson with a 31.33 last time by. Peyton Johnson going after that 51 of DJ Anderson. Anderson working the outside groove there. Johnson going to be able to slide down to the bottom and take that spot away. Johnson now up his 7th spot here tonight. In the background there you see the 0-1 of Richard Murdoch using the high line to his advantage, going high, wide, and handsome with the claws up. Adventure in Pixel 01. See him running right at the tippy top of the groove here tonight. You see the 62 of Ethan Troutman working the bottom side of the speedway. Here at New Hampshire, these cars, they do go bottom top. You can run just about everywhere here if you have the right setup underneath or if you saved enough tires. Slide jobs are something you can see here. These drivers could go down all the way below that yellow line if they needed to here tonight. And we might see some of that happen here. As everybody starts to spread out. Murdoch getting around that number 62, trying to set sail. Joe Strano, Brandon Feeney, and Joshua Buckley back here. They're pretty close to each other. As Murdoch actually slipped up off the corner. Here comes the 62, the body armor, number 62 of Ethan Troutman. So as Richard Murdoch still continues to work the outside, you see that car getting a little tight off the corner and then a little bit of oversteer. You got the 64, Jason Wells now utilizing the outside, the Alien, trying to claw his way into this battle. He could get a 2-for-1 if they continue to battle just ahead of him. Wells possibly one of those drivers that he just snuck into the playoffs, so not having the best of year for the 64 of Wells. He's been a little off with the setups this season, had some really bad luck early on in the season, but still hanging around in the playoffs. He's one of those guys that could pounce at any moment when you get into the playoffs. Just think, if you win, you advance yourself. So if he wins here tonight at New Hampshire somehow, some way, he does not have to worry about driving the 1987 car just next week at the Dover Motor Speedway. That's right, after we leave New Hampshire, we head just a little bit south to the Delaware, well, the state of Delaware, and it's going to be Dover. Miles, the monster, the concrete mile, is where we will end up next before we head down to Miami Homestead Speedway for the championship night here on Monday night. Joe Strano having some problems off turn 4. Brandon Feeney will pounce on that. He'll take the liquid molly. Feeney call number 38 into P number 10, bumping Joe Strano just outside the top 10 now. You see the Road Rage Accessories, number 43 of Joe Strano trying to hang on. Strano's lost 2 spots here since the drop of the green flag. We are just 20 laps into tonight's Souza Media 90 here for the New Hampshire Motor Speedway, here for Red Light Racing. Red Light Racing here tonight, racing in what is actually their 16th season for the known Scrambler Series. Well, what is the Scrambler Series? The Scrambler Series is, we've run the NASCAR next-gen car. We've run the Xfinity car that we see here tonight on the screen, along with the Craftsman Truck Series, Arca Menards cars, and the 1987 Winston Cup machines. So these drivers having to be, well, proficient in every category of stock car racing, because we utilize all of them. You can't just be good at the Cup car. You can't just be good at the Xfinity car. You got to be good at all of them to be able to battle into the playoffs, and that's what these drivers are. As you see a battle right here, Murdoch under attack. That 0-1 having to battle with that 62 so far all night long, and now you see the 64 of Wells still continuing to be right there in the picture frame, closing in on green flag pit stops here for the first time in the Souza Media 90 here from the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. As you see the 62 finally getting clear of the 0-1. Now it'll be Wells' turn to start to try and push the envelope here to see if he can get around us. Now you see him diving to the inside just a little bit down the front straightaway, letting Murdoch know, hey, look at the green bumper of my number 40 or 64. Dyslexia kicks in there occasionally. Well, my Alienware, number 64, the green machine. I'm here. I'm fast. Watch out. Oh, sideways out of turn number 2 that time. The Granite Hips Walkers and Gains, number 13, MA of Joshua Buckley. Trying to get all she's got, Captain. And he'll go into a 4-wheel slide down into turn number 3. He'll drift all the way up the track. Joe Strano going to try and drive right back underneath the Joshua Buckley entry, but he will not be able to get the power down. So Josh Buckley in that 4-wheel slide will continue to hold on with that 11th position that he just got into, but he'll jump up over the racing line down in 3 and 4. Or sorry, that's 1 and 2. 3 and 4, he was out of the groove. 1 and 2, now he's up out of the groove once again. Trying to gather it up for himself. Now he, that time, backs the corner up that time, going down into 3 and 4. So Joshua Buckley maybe having some handling woes, as just ahead of them, the number 64 trying to get underneath Richard Murdoch. It's the battle that we've continued to watch, as charging through the field is still going to be Peyton Johnson. Johnson has now moved up 8 spots. He got around Souza, he got around Anderson and Butler. Bob Higgins down on pit road. He'll be the first one at lap number 25 to bring his machine to pit road. The Checkered Flag Auto Supply 20-year anniversary, number 30, finishing up his stop. He's back out onto the raceway. So Bob Higgins will go 2 laps down under the green flag pit cycle here, as he is the first one to come to pit lane. Wells not able to make the pass there on Murdoch, so he will hold serve into the 9th position here so far. As your race leader, here he is. He's down in turns 3 and 4. Let's see if he comes to pit road. He will not. He'll stay out. So the number 42 leading the 6. So Hammett falling back here into the clutches of Peyton Johnson. We told you how Johnson's been quick so far here tonight. So Radis legal entry. The driver out of Virginia is absolutely fast. It's Virginia on Virginia right now because Chris Hammett, another one of those Virginia natives. 3 of them here tonight in the field. 3 of them in the field. And Johnson, he'll go to the bottom. A little bit of a slide job coming here. He'll slowly slide up the speedway in front of the number 6 there, Chris Hammett. Hammett going to fall back in line. Maybe a crossover attempt just behind them. That is number 30. That's the 30 of Bob Higgins. Higgins is 2 laps down currently here to the race leaders. Higgins' tires will be a little bit faster, but he has to figure out how to get through your race leaders. He's probably one of the most respectful drivers that you're going to find out here on the speedway. He knows where he is right now on the timing and scoring. He knows he's got the fresher tires, but he knows also that's the battle for the 2nd and 3rd position on the speedway. He does not want to ruin their races, especially in the playoffs here. Hey, Jason Wells did get around Richard Murdoch. There you see it. Murdoch now falling back to the 9th position. Wells taking back the 8th spot. That's where he started here this evening. So now that those 2 drivers have figured that out, it's Joe Strano and Ryan O'Donnell are the closest, but green flag pit stops are happening right now. Here comes 2 of the race leaders. Chris Hammett, Jeffrey Souza, both drivers inside the top 5 will be the first ones out of the top 5 to come to pit road. Brandon Feeney slamming on the brakes of that Feeney call, number 38. He'll bring down Tony Strano. So Strano also coming to pit lane in car number 23. Long pit road here tonight at New Hampshire. You don't want to get hit with speeding on pit road. 45 miles an hour here tonight, all the way down until you hit your pit stall. Peyton Johnson now going to bring the Celeradus legal, number 15, down pit road. So far, everybody's been A-OK coming to pit road. Murdoch also going claws up here. So drivers making their first trip down pit road here on lap number 32. Race leader coming to pit road. He's coming hot and heavy. He'll lock up their tires coming to pit road. I think he just got down to pit road speed. Got to turn the race lead over to the Butler, Sean Butler. So drivers making their way back onto pit road. Nobody getting hit by the pit road police. Now Butler coming to pit road. So Butler comes to pit road. Now who does that leave? Just a handful of drivers still out there. DJ Anderson is your race leader. There you see Murdoch. He'll take a lap back. Now he'll put himself back on the lead lap. So it's DJ Anderson still out here. The Mountain Dew Baja Blast, number 51. Ethan Troutman, Jason Wells, Josiah Millen. All the drivers who have yet to come to pit road. He'll come to pit road on lap number 34. So that should mean he is on a 2-stop strategy. One here and probably one around lap 65 to 70. And that will set him up to go the rest of the way in tonight's race. So as DJ Anderson comes down, now we're waiting on the number 62 of Ethan Troutman in the body armor, number 62. Him, Wells, and Millen. Oh, one having some problems. That's the 88 of Sean Butler right in front of the race leaders. Here comes the 64. He'll dive at the pit road real quick. What happened to Sean Butler? He lost it down there in 3 and 4. Not sure what happened to Sean. Let's take a look back here. Watch him. He's coming out of pit road. He'll drop the jack on the RWB entry. Comes out of pit road. Everything looks good here for the 88 of Butler. Gets on the back straightaway. Goes down in the corner, and car just gets loose on the cold tires. He loops it around onto the apron. 360, no kickflip, hammers back in as the race leaders were coming at him. Wells dove at the pit road just in case a caution flag was coming out. Caution flag did not fly here. 2 drivers still out there on the lead lap. The race leader that you see there, that is Ethan Troutman. Josiah Millen, another one of those drivers. Oh, almost contact with the outside wall just in front of the race leaders again. I believe that's the 88. That was the 88, and he did get a piece of the outside wall there. Sean Butler trying to get around the number 38 of Brandon Feeney. 2 drivers on differing strategies. Butler pitted on lap number 33. And Feeney pitted back on lap number 30. Souza under pressure again. Here comes Peyton Johnson. Being told so far here tonight under the green flag pit cycle, we have not had any driver have a pit road penalty just yet. So that's good to see. All these drivers minding their P's and Q's. Here comes Millen. It'll be his turn to come to pit road. Looks like he is well below the 45 speed limit here tonight for Mr. Millen. So Millen will bring the EcoBoost Ford Mustang to pit road. That'll leave now just the 62, the body armor entry of Ethan Troutman. How far will Troutman go? And well, lap number 39 is far enough for the Troutman entry. He'll now come to pit road. This should turn things back over to the race leader for Max Terriel, as he is currently in front here of Chris Hammond. There you see about 6-7 car lengths here out of turn number 4 as they come by their complete lap number 39, our favorite lap here of the evening. So we can tell you that Max Terriel will be the race leader here, along with Chris Hammond, Jeffrey Souza, Peyton Johnson. We talked about those drivers there. They're battling back there for the 3rd position. Johnson is sitting there in, he's +7 since tonight's race started. He is the only driver to pick up that many spots. Murdoch is sitting back into the 5th spot. Here you see the claws up, adventure in Pixel 01 of Richard Murdoch. Murdoch is up 2 spots since the drop of the green flag. He's just holding on to the top 5, but he's all by himself. Nobody around him right now. DJ Anderson is sitting back there into the 6th position, while Sean Butler in the RWB number 88. He is sitting into the 7th spot after his spin coming out of pit road. Pretty impressive to watch him that he has spun and kept it under power and did not bring the caution flag out right ahead of the race leaders. So with Butler sitting into the 7th spot, who is sitting in 8th, well, that's none other than the Feeney call over 38. That'll be Brandon Feeney. Feeney is back there. You see Brandon Feeney here tonight. He's running 8th. Just behind him is Wells. Then calling half a straightaway back as the camera pans back through. There's the Turbo Dork. Radical Pinks number 98, Ryan O'Donnell. O'Donnell out of Canton, Michigan. Driving the, I'm not quite sure what color that is here tonight. At one point, we had a whole list of the Turbo Dork Radical Paints colors that Ryan O'Donnell utilizes here on iRacing. Be interesting to see. I'm not sure if Ryan has it, but like a picture poster of every car that he has driven here on iRacing with the Turbo Dork Radical Paints paint schemes and colors. One of those drivers that has a artistic talent. He builds, I'll call them models or figurines as he gets the number 98 up into the outside wall out of turn number 2. Just a little kiss of it. Just going to add some character. Going to rub a little bit of that Turbo Dork Radical Paints off. We'll have to remember to ask Ryan if he actually does have a montage of all the paints that he has painted and raced here, especially here on Monday nights. But that is your top 10 drivers currently here after they came off the pit road into that green flag pit cycle. Troutman is starting to close in on the number 98 of Ryan O'Donnell. That will be the battle for the 10th position. Remember, Troutman came down pit road on lap number 39, while Ryan O'Donnell pitted way back on lap number 32. So a big difference on tires here as we are halfway next time by. The halfway point leader will be the number 42 of Max Terriel. We'll see he'll work his way out of turn 4. Halfway in, halfway home Just another 45 laps here tonight from the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. You are watching the Souza Media 90 here for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series presented by Red Light Racing. Are you a part of a race team and need your team to have a little more social media presence? Well, what about Souza Media, tonight's presenting sponsor, representing over 20 brands and race teams from New England to all the way to the beaches of Florida. Souza Media will promote your business on all social media platforms. Souza Media provides websites, Facebook pages, and marketing proposals, boosting your overall audience. Reach out today by emailing KyleSouzaMedia@gmail.com or messaging Souza Media on Facebook.com. Souza Media bringing you the rights here tonight to this race here from the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. As a pass for the second position, Peyton Johnson taking over that spot. Chris Hammett going to give him a little shot in the keister that time. Down the back straightaway into 3. Peyton Johnson has picked up now 9 spots here tonight early in this one, so halfway home he's picked up 9 spots. There's only one more place to get, and that's right out in front of him. One way to get it is to go up there and pass Max Terriel, and they are just about on the same tire strategy. Lap 31 for Peyton Johnson is when he brought his Colorado's legal number 15 to pit road, and Max Terriel, he came down on lap number 32, so both drivers right there in the 30 to 32 range. A lot of drivers utilizing that strategy here tonight. It'll be a 2-stop race for them. Only one driver, I believe, could possibly, now I'm doing the math, and nope, Roger, that is completely wrong. Those numbers do not add up here tonight. I was going to say Ethan Troutman was in that category, but nope, he'll have to at least pit again here tonight. So we'll keep a close eye on the front 2 runners here. It looks like last time by Max Terriel was 0.2 of a second faster. We'll take a look this time, see at the line. It was a 31.41 for Max Terriel to a 31.48 there for Peyton Johnson. Still the fastest 2 cars on the speedway here tonight in the Souza Media 90. Sean Butler has ran down DJ Anderson, and Anderson started to run down Richard Murdoch, so this will be a battle here. Looking back off the Richard Murdoch entry. He's got his claws up here tonight. Talked about Murdoch and how he bought a boat, and that's exactly what he likes to do nowadays, is take his boat out on the lake or on the river. Question is, does he know how to run away and hide from the 2 that are behind him? Is he going to know how to hold on to position number 5? Here comes DJ Anderson. Anderson with a great turn out of turn number 2. He'll battle side by side down the back straightaway for that 5th position. Anderson going to lift a little earlier. He's going to try and get the 51 down to the bottom side of the speedway. Sometimes it's hard to come off the corner if you're on the bottom. The grip may not be there for the 51 of DJ Anderson, and that's what it looks like. A great run out of turn 4, but that time Anderson going to really throw it in. He's going to move the 01 of Murdoch up the speedway, and a little more contact. He's going to move him up on exit there to take that position. So DJ Anderson taking no prisoners there. Now Jason Wells is going to pounce also on that, as Anderson moved the 01 of Murdoch up out of the groove twice there. Now here comes Sean Butler. Butler did waltz on through the door. The Butler carrying a platter. That's silver. RWB entry now picking up the 5th position, courtesy of the 51 of DJ Anderson. And Wells picking up the 7th spot, courtesy of Anderson also, as Richard Murdoch lost 3 positions in, call it 2 corners. So now Murdoch's got to get his claws up and go back at these drivers here. There you see the 64 working the bottom side of the speedway. Just 1 lap difference here for Wells to Anderson on the tires. Maybe Anderson, though, got a little debris, got a little junk on the tires as him and the number 01 of Richard Murdoch were battling. May have got some marbles built up, maybe got the heat in the tires just a little too much. That is allowing Wells here to start the attack for that position. Be a heads-up drag race down the back straightaway here on lap number 55. Wells tried to drive it in a little bit farther and slide up in front of the number 51, but didn't want to make any contact. We're seeing, sideways for the 51 of DJ Anderson out of turn number 4. The car here tonight, very snappy off turn number 4. We've seen it a couple times. Drivers get a little bit loose on exit when they try to put the power down here. So you saw that the 64 Wells took the spot away from DJ Anderson. Back at the front, there's your second place, third and fourth. So second, third, and fourth sitting there, all about 2, 3, and 4 seconds back behind your race leaders. The Souza Media, number 4 of Jeffrey Souza. Got the stat analyzer on the side of that, number 4 also. Souza Media spending a lot of time here at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway, whether NASCAR's in town or when the Whelen Tour Modifieds are here. A very big attraction in the Northeast is when the Whelen Tour Modifieds run here at New Hampshire. It's like the Super Bowl in the Northeast. Those drivers getting to showcase their talents on NASCAR weekend here at New Hampshire. One of those races that, contact! Low contact there from the 4 of Souza to the number 6 of Hammett. I was about to say, it's one of those races that I always make sure I tune in for when the Tour Modifieds are up here. Sort of like how I tune in on every Monday night. I know, Roger, you didn't have quite a choice, did you? No, sir, no, ma'am, I did not, but I am here. Souza having that third spot now, bumping Hammett back to 4th. Butler still 5th with Wells in 6th, Anderson in 7th, Murdoch in 8th, Troutman in 9th, and Feeney rounding out the top 10. One car off the speedway here tonight. It looks like Josiah Millen down on pit road, or actually he is done here tonight. He has pulled the 55 behind the wall. I'm sure he's back to already watching the Chili Bowl and checking out if Michigan is winning or not. Here comes Souza. He'll come to pit road. That'll put him with 30 laps to go. The first driver inside the top 5 to come to pit road for tires. Maybe that can leapfrog him up into the second position. Maybe utilize a little strategy here tonight for that Souza Media number 4. Nobody else has came to pit road inside the top 10. He's the only one. So pit road is a very lonely place right now if you are the number 4 of Souza. Race leader coming out of turn 4, though. So he will go at least one lap down here tonight in the Souza Media 90 here at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. You are watching the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series presented by Red Light Racing. You see Joshua Buckley just out front of the race leader. That is the 11th place driver right now for Joshua Buckley. So there is 11 cars on the lead lap. Looks like Buckley will dive to pit road. Chris Hammett also on pit road. There's Jason Wells. Richard Murdoch also bringing his 0-1 into his pit stall. Your 2 race leaders, though, have stayed out here on the speedway. Laps are clicking off here tonight at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. It's been a clean and green run so far here tonight. We have seen the 88 of Sean Butler looping around as he came off of pit road, but other than that, we have not had very many issues. A couple drivers sliding up into the wall, getting sideways here tonight. We've seen a lot of that, actually, as now you see the Silveratus Legal number 15 of Peyton Johnson. He'll come to pit road here on lap number 63 out of the 90 scheduled here tonight. So it's his turn to come to pit road now. Will that bring the number 42 of Max Terrill? He's been the class of the field so far here tonight. Terrill and Johnson, the fastest 2 here in the long run, the late goings of this one so far. There you see your race leader. He'll work through turns number 3 and 4. He elects to stay out here. He did have a 2-second lead over Peyton Johnson when Johnson decided to bring the number 15 to pit road. Johnson does go a lap down. It does take a little while to get these cars serviced. It's about 30 seconds, I'll call it 32 seconds a lap here, but it takes you about 40 seconds from the time you enter pit road to the time you get your tires put on, fuel in the car, and back out onto the raceway. So You can see you're about 9 to 10 seconds at a deficit. See Josiah tuning in out there after he parked his car behind the wall. Chili Ball, I told you exactly where he was going to be after we saw the 55 head to the garage. Oh, sideways. The 13 of Buckley got sideways. The 42 got sideways. Remember, Buckley has some new tires, though. The 42, I suspect, coming to pit road. That's why he dove down to the inside. And he will. He'll come to pit road here for the final time here tonight at New Hampshire. The 42, Max Terrill, pushing the envelope a little bit. We haven't seen, actually, I lie. We have seen one driver get popped for pit road, and that's the number 6 of Chris Hammett. Hammett here tonight getting popped by the pit road police. Too fast entering pit road for the number 6 of Chris Hammett. Max will pull into his stall. He has the first overall stall on pit road. That leaves the body armor, number 62 there. Ethan Troutman still continuing to circle the speedway. He was the last driver to come to pit road under the first green flag pit cycle here tonight. So we'll see when he elects to come to pit road. If he's able to go 39 laps again on the tank of fuel, he'll still end up being 12 laps short here tonight. So the 62 of Troutman not able to go the rest of the way on the fuel tank. That is up on board him. Brandon Feeney bringing his Feeney call. He's been called to pit road. It'll be a 4-tire stop for Brandon Feeney. He was running 10th at the start of the green flag pit cycle. We'll see if he can hold on to that top 10 here. As we told you, Souza was going to be able to leapfrog Peyton Johnson. He did. Souza, looking at it right now, will be the race leader. Possibly when this all cycles through. Souza, Johnson, and Terrill is how they're running on the speedway. Max Terrill just set the fastest lap of the race. A 30.23 second lap there. So he may be scored a little bit lower on the running order here tonight, but boy, is it a fast car. Still got 22 laps to go, so not in any kind of panic mode right now if you are Max Terrill. Max starting to get into a little bit of dirty air as he approaches the number 15 there of Peyton Johnson. So we'll see if that's going to hurt him. Race leader still out front here, Ethan Troutman. Troutman has led laps here tonight along with Butler and the 42 of Max Terrill. Those are the only leaders here so far tonight that I can even see on my paper. Could be wrong, but it's the only ones that I see so far tonight here. Peyton Johnson, Jeffrey Souza, meet Max Terrill. Look, they are all right there. There's a lap car in between them. That's the 13, Joshua Buckley. Buckley's running into the 10th position. He is 1 lap down currently. Peyton Johnson trying to slide underneath. Jeffrey Souza was sideways. The stand analyzer number 4 was all sorts of out of shape and on the edge. But he's trying to hold off the 15 of Johnson, and it just will not happen. Souza going to fall back into 3rd right now after the green flag pit cycle all cycles through. That's to cycle him into 2nd, but Max Terrill just got around Joshua Buckley. So possibly we'll see where this all starts to funnel in because it's 19 laps to go. Troutman still has to pit. Troutman is about 2 seconds a lap slower than the race leaders right now. He is just hoping that a caution flag were to come out so he could hold the race lead. Across the line they come. It is just 18 laps remaining. When will Troutman come to pit road? Now he's on the bottom of the speedway down here in 3 and 4. Is this going to be the cue? Is he coming to pit road this time? It looks like Bob Higgins comes to pit road, but Ethan Troutman stays out. He is not going to bring the body armor entry down just yet. There's second, third, fourth right now. Max Terriel, he's still sitting there in the fourth, but he's all over the back bumper of Jeffrey Souza. He has the chance right now to apply the pressure. I'm looking at his pit road, and it looks like he's right there. There's no big difference. He was actually the fastest of the top three on pit road. Sorry, the second, third, and fourth place car. I'm comparing their pit road times, and he was the fastest. It was him, then it was Souza, then Johnson is how they were. It all depended on how they came back out onto the speedway, though. And just looking at the stats, I'm going to tell you that Peyton Johnson had the fastest back to get up to go lap. And that's what gave him the track position that he has now as they'll come by this time. They'll get that 15 to go at the line, as now the 62 of Troutman will come to pit road with 15 to go. Peyton Johnson will take over the race lead for the first time here this evening in the Souza Media 90. New race leader with 15 laps to go. Jeffrey Souza is right there, so he is battling for a podium spot. And when you look at it, look how much of a race lead the top three have over Sean Butler, who is the fourth place runner right now. It's 12 seconds from the race leader all the way back to Butler. So these three, it's going to come down to them unless Sean Butler has some kind of nitrous button that we don't see out there. It's going to come down to Johnson, Souza, or Terriel, and Max all over the back of that stand analyzer number 4 of Jeffrey Souza. Oh, sideways there for Max. Max was sideways, trying to get all she could get, capped it off at turn number 2. Now they're sliding down to 3 and 4 here, and it will be Max Terriel taking over the second position, and he has a 1 second deficit to go get Peyton Johnson with just 13 laps to go. A 1 second deficit is your gap from the race leader to second place as the sun comes out here at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. You are watching the Souza Media 90 here at New Hampshire. It is the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series presented by Red Light Racing. It was 13 to go at the line. This time it'll be 12 to go, and Max Terriel smells blood in the water. He is on a burner of a lap. He'll cut 0.4 of a second off just last time by. So he'll cut some time down, and well, it's only going to be a matter of time now. You see the Celeradus legal. Number 15 out in front of your second place car. Your race leader is Peyton Johnson. Nice and easy on the throttle there for Max. Didn't overdo it. DJ Anderson, this is the battle now back here for the 6th and 7th position. Anderson got around Richard Murdoch. Just behind them is the 3 of Tony Strano. Strano opened up the season with a win back at Daytona. Picked up an exciting race with the Xfinity car. This is the last time we will see the Xfinity car on the speedway this season. Battle for the race lead. Who will have it? It does look like Johnson is starting to fade here. About 0.2 of a second slower again last time by with just 10 laps to go. Max is there. Peyton has never picked up a win here with the series. Max, well, obviously he has picked up a ton of wins. 48 wins to his career. Stat line would like 49 and possibly to hit 50 before the end of the season. 9 laps to go. Still plenty of time here if you're Max Terriel. You know you have at least a second place finish coming here. The question is, how hard do you want to push? Johnson is a rookie this season, going for his first win. 42 of Max Terriel, a wily veteran. Peyton Johnson did compete in the Road to Pro Series this past season. So he has a lot of seat time. Oh, sideways for that 15. You can see how hard he's pushing. If you're Max Terriot right now, do you start to really apply the pressure, or do you let the 15 burn the tires up out ahead of you? As now Johnson looks like he's going to give the 42 the outside lane. If you want to get the race lead, you're going to have to go around the outside. So Johnson sliding up, contact a little bit there. Max Terriot going to back out of it, try and go down the banking a little bit. It's pretty much flat here at New Hampshire. There is a little banking in the center of the corners, though. That's 7 to go. Max Terriot will try to rebound and have another go at it. As they battled, Souza started to close back in last time by. He was about 0.4 of a second faster on your front two. Max going to swing it to the inside here. Doesn't quite have a run, but he's going to make Peyton Johnson start to look in his mirror and wonder where the 42 is going to go. It'll be 6 to go as they come across the stripe here. 6 miles of racing left here at New Hampshire. Only 9 drivers left on the lead lap. Ryan O'Donnell is out in front of your race leaders. Not sure if they're going to quite get to Ryan O'Donnell here, if he'll be a big factor. Good run this time off of turn number 2, though. Max Terriot to the inside of Peyton Johnson down the back straight away. They're pulled even up into turn 3. Who will be able to put the power down? Can Johnson keep his heart rate underneath him? Off of turn number 4, Max Terriot back to the point as he'll see 5 fingers in the air. It'll be just 5 more times around. 5 more times around the New Hampshire Motor Speedway here tonight for these drivers in the Souza Media 90, who will pick up the win here at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Max opening up about a half a second race lead here. And just like that, another lap has clicked off the board. Sand in the hourglass here tonight for Peyton Johnson, starting to really run out. Looking at it, Ryan O'Donnell may be in trouble. Oh, into the outside wall out of turn 2 for Ryan O'Donnell. Trying to stay on the lead lap if he can here tonight. It'll be just 3 laps to go. There's Ethan Troutman. Troutman had himself a good run going. He's fallen all the way back to the 8th position here, though, late in the going on this one. Popsicle sticks coming up this time by. Once they get back to the stripe, and Max Terriot opening up the gap once again. It's now up to a 2nd deficit for Johnson. And it's about the same distance back to Jeffrey Souza. So it's Terriot with 2 to go. Johnson and Souza, nobody in sight. You got to go all the way back to the entry of turn 3 and 4 there till you find the 88 of Sean Butler. That's 11, almost 12 seconds back behind the race leader. Down the back straightaway they go. They will be looking for the white flag. It will be 1 lap to go here in the Souza Media 90 here at New Hampshire as Max Terriot takes the white flag. Looking to pick up win number 49 of his career here with the series. Qualified on the pole. Half a lap away from locking himself into the final race of the season at the Miami Homestead Speedway. The last trip through 3. The last time off turn number 4. Picking up the win here tonight at New Hampshire. It'll be the Storm from the North. Max Terriot will pick up the win and lock himself in to racing in Miami. Peyton Johnson picks up 9 spots. He'll finish 2nd here tonight in the Souza Media. Number 4 of Jeffrey Souza will finish 3rd. 4th across the line, and there he comes, will be Sean Butler. Jason Wells into the 5th position here tonight with DJ Anderson crossing in 6th. 7th will be Ethan Troutman. 9th to Richard Murdoch. Ryan O'Donnell Murdoch in 8th. 9th to Ryan O'Donnell. And then it will be Brandon Feeney who picks up the final spot inside the top 10. Chris Hammett smoking and backing himself across the line here to finish tonight's race. But that's your winner right there, the number 42 of Max Terriel. He'll come back around here, and he'll park that number 42 on the front straightaway at the start-finish line. He picks up your win here tonight in the Souza Media 90 here at New Hampshire. So as we get ready to take a quick step away here from the Souza Media 90 as it has completed, the Feeney Call post-race show is coming up. Make sure to pick up, to look up, I say pick up, look up the latest show from the Feeney Call over on YouTube at the Feeney Call. See who Brandon Feeney is talking to, just like we're talking to our top podium finishers when we come back here to New Hampshire.
Founded in early 2020 by owner Kyle Souza, Souza Media has grown quickly over the past 4 years, now representing multiple champions across different series, from the local short tracks of New England to the high banks of Daytona Beach, Florida. Social media is an important way to draw in new audiences and increase reach, and with a new snappy, user-friendly website, Souza Media can boost your audience by using eye-catching graphics to gain recognition for your brand. Contact Souza Media today using our Facebook page or by email at kyleSouzaMedia@gmail.com to put your brand in victory lane.
Welcome back here, race fans, to the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. The Souza Media 90 has completed here at New Hampshire for the Checkered Flag Auto Supply Scrambler Series for Red Light Racing. It's the first race in the second round of the playoffs. The top 8 drivers here tonight were competing to move on to the next round. There's only one driver that we know officially has locked himself in, so what do you say we head to that Feeney Call post-race show and talk to your top 3 competitors. Let's start things off with the driver of car number 42, who's in victory lane. Max, you pick up another one here on Monday night, and this time it locks you in to the final round of the playoffs, that championship 4. This win gets you there.
Yeah, that's definitely an important one. Last race was also equally as important because I wouldn't have a shot this weekend or next week, so Peyton was joking earlier, like I couldn't let him win. Well, part of it I couldn't, because at Dover next week things can happen quickly, so being locked in is big insurance.
You know, you don't have to worry about that. You talk about chaos and things that could happen next week. This race was pretty calm here. 16 drivers, no caution flags, 90 laps in the Souza Media 90 here tonight. All green flag racing. Started with a great qualifying effort for you. But next week, I mean, you look at next week, you look at the track, you look at the car, anything could happen. So tonight's race really means that much more, doesn't it?
Exactly, but we have to give it to all the drivers at Red Light. It's been, I think we've had a handful of green flag racing of 0 cautions this season, so who knows, we might get another clean race next week, but it'll probably be really tight and really tough to pass, especially on turn 4, off of turn 4, I think, and the wall comes up quick. So yeah, that's something to look for. But hey, maybe we'll have a green flag racing there too, so hopefully.
Well, we look forward to seeing you next week. Congratulations on locking yourself in. Let's roll this red carpet out here for what is actually going to be your 49th career win and the one that locks you into another chance at a championship. So who do you got to thank back home in Canada?
Yep, my fiance and my friend Max and my dad. It's good to see you back, Roger, in the boot. Again, congrats to Peyton on the second place finish. He was fast on the long run, so I stayed out to get fresher tires at the end, and it really helped try to make a pass. Jeffrey Souza finishing third. That's a strong race too for him. So, and yeah, we have I see we have a new sponsor coming in on the post-race show, so that's fun to see. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week at Dover.
There it is. Max Terriel picks up another win here on Monday night. That'll be his 49th career win here in the series. And this 49th one locks him in for a chance to win another championship at Homestead in just a couple of weeks. Another driver here tonight finishing on the podium. It's going to be car number 15. How about a Peyton Johnson? A brand new paint scheme here displayed on Monday night, and an absolute car that was a rocket ship late.
Yeah, if I hadn't messed up qualifying so bad, I might have had a chance there. You know, it's hard to come through the field that first run and giving up all that track position and time to somebody as fast as Max. But was able to get to him, just kind of came out and burn up my stuff a little too fast on that last run to even have a chance. I did everything I could to try and block him and hold him off and kind of break, stop in the middle of the corner to get the run off to try and keep him where he is, because I knew he, as clean as he is, he wasn't going to spin me. So was doing all the tricks that I knew how to do, but at the end, he just had much better tires, and he's just a fast, great driver. So it's hard to hold him off even without that.
What does it mean to show your speed here? You're a rookie this season, your first full-time campaign here on Monday night. You're able to show the speed here at one of the trickiest tracks that we go to, where that right foot really means a lot.
Yeah, this car is probably my best car of the cars that we run. Love the B car, the Xfinity car. Just it requires a certain, like you said, right foot skill set. I've had a lot of bad luck this season with pit stops and just making my own bad luck. People wrecking me, and so it was nice to finally put up a good run. Know I can look forward to seeing what I can do next year. Was hoping to be a spoiler out of the playoffs, but try and steal one.
Yeah, you came close, only a couple laps. What more did you need here late in this one to hold off Max Terriel?
10 lap shorter race or a caution while I was still leading, because if I could have come out of the pits with the lead, it's really hard to pass in the first 2 or 3 laps of a run here. That leader gets such a good jump, so that's what I would have needed. Otherwise, I mean, Max is, how fast he is. You said I think he has 40 some wins. The guy's a foot.
Yeah, one of the fastest drivers. You went toe-to-toe with him here tonight. Come up just a little short in this number 15. We're done with the Xfinity car. You say it's your favorite. What do you think next week when we head to Miles the Monster with that 1987 car?
Well, I think it depends on the car count. There's a lot of great drivers here, so I think everybody will be able to keep it under control. Just be ready for a lot of bouncing up and down as you settle into that banking, and car's going to want to jump all over the place. So it should be really interesting to see. It'll be great to go back and watch. I can't wait to go back and watch this one as well.
Well, I can't wait to see you bounce up and down as you go in and out of those corners next week with your number 15, Peyton. So who's on the side of this? Beautiful. It's one of the best cars we see out there tonight. Who's on the side of this that makes it all possible back home?
I got to think Celeradus Legal, which is my law firm, allows me to sponsor some of these leagues and do this on the evenings. It's a great release from the everyday grind of being a lawyer. So thanks to be able to do that to my clients and all that. I got to thank Tyler Brewer for the paint. It is a great looking paint. Thank you for all your great broadcasts. Thank the league. Souza sponsored this one. Was given a gift, so great for him to get third place at what I assume is his home track. I want to thank DJ Anderson for finding his brake pedal tonight. It's really important. It's been a long season, and just thank the admins of the league. They put on a great show.
There you hear it. Peyton Johnson trying to go for his first win here tonight at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. He will actually finish into the second position. He does pick up 9 positions here tonight, so he did have the hot shoe working his way through the field. The driver who will finish third, well, he had the Souza Media plastered all over the hood of this number 4 Ford Mustang here tonight. Jeffrey, a great run here as you were able to start third. You finished third. You led some laps here late in this one, but ultimately the tires were the difference.
Yeah, and, tires and no tires, Peyton and Max were hands down the best 2 cars here tonight. I think we probably had the third on the long run. Chris was pretty strong until about, 10 laps before we'd pit, and I'd start gaining on him. But I think third is where we were. We qualified third, we finished third, and I think we had the third best car tonight. So I'll take a top 3 and move on to next week for sure.
So the 3s are wild for you, I'm starting to see. There was only 3 races left in the season as you came into tonight. But what did tonight's race really mean to you? You got the Souza Media branding all over the hood of this number 4. You're back home here in the Northeast. You got Souza Media sponsoring tonight's race. What did tonight's race really mean to you?
Yeah, it means a lot because, these guys, they do a lot to run this league. Josh and James and the other guys, they do a lot to run this league. And we haven't sponsored a race before, but, we put money in every couple times just to make sure everything stays running. And to be able to sponsor it with Souza Media tonight at a place that obviously, home track for me on the main level. And then a place that I've gotten to not only to be a fan at and watch the races at, but to work at with Souza Media between covering the Cup races, the Xfinity races, and mainly the modifieds too. So to be able to put our name on this one, a hometown race, a hometown track, as Peyton said too, it's a big deal for us. So to put our name out there, to get us out there, we got a bunch of clients. We just announced today we have one heading down for a test down at Daytona in the ARCA car too. So we're expanding, and as we keep saying, if you want to put your brand in victory lane, check out Souza Media. They'll definitely help you.
So you talk about expanding. What's in the line this year? I mean, aside of the sim side of things we see here on Monday night, well, what are you headed to this season? What's on the docket? What tracks are we headed to coming up?
Well, we already have Daytona planned pretty much for the whole 3 or 4 weeks there. Heading down for the 24-hour race, we'll be there, and then heading back at the beginning of February for speed weeks at New Smyrna and at Daytona. I think New Smyrna for the whole weekend we have at least 15 clients on deck, so that's definitely going to be an all hands on deck. Everybody working as that we have down there. Going to try to get to a couple more modified races. We're probably going to have the top 3 or 4 contenders for the championship this year, signing a couple new guys too. So try to get a couple more modified races in there. We went to probably about half of them last year in person, try to fit some extra ones in, and then hopefully come back here in June this year as they move the race up. So a little bit colder of a race might be better off than the hot and sticky and a few years ago rainy July race. So we got a lot of people, we got a lot of supporters out there that don't just help us at home, but also help us by putting on a show for people with our name on the side of their cars.
Well, it's good to hear a lot of things happening over there at Souza Media for you and your brother and everybody associated with Souza Media. A great run for you also here tonight. So what do you say? We know Souza Media is on the hood, but who else makes this car go around in a circle?
Yeah, I got to thank Brandon Pierce every week for sure. Up there on the box, letting me know what's going on track and working out the strategy for us behind the scenes. And then everyone over at Triad and Sten Analyzer for keeping me updated on my fuel amount and how slow I am, I guess, on the long run as it was here today. But they always do a great job of that program, man. If you want to know where you're losing time compared to people, long run, short run, go download Sten Analyzer. It's a solid program that doesn't take up too much resources and can really help you on the long run.
Well, there you have it, the number 4 of Jeffrey Souza here tonight. We'll start third. He'll finish third here tonight in the Souza Media 90 here from the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. That was your Feeney Call post-race show brought to us by our friend Brandon Feeney over at the Feeney Call. Make sure to check out all the new episodes over on youtube.com at the Feeney Call. Well, that's all that we have written here tonight at the New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Max Terriel picks up a win. He moves on to the Final Four. The other drivers that will join him, well, we'll have to wait 1 week to find out who will be the other 3 drivers to head to Homestead. So from everybody at Souza Media, everybody with the Checkered Flag Auto Supply, and everybody at Red Light Racing, I'm Roger Muth with the Turn 3 Racing Network, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's show here from the virtual New Hampshire Motor Speedway. And until we see you next time, race fans, everybody stay safe, and we'll see you in Turn 3.
Founded in early 2020 by owner Kyle Souza, Souza Media has grown quickly over the past 4 years, now representing multiple champions across different series, from the local short tracks of New England to the high banks of Daytona Beach, Florida. Social media is an important way to draw in new audiences and increase reach, and with a new snappy, user-friendly website, Souza Media can boost your audience by using eye-catching graphics to gain recognition for your brand. Contact Souza Media today using our Facebook page or by email at kylesouzamedia@gmail.com to put your brand in victory lane.